Welcome back, subscribers, and welcome new viewers to Virgo's general monthly reading for June for Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South nodes of the Moon. And again, I always want to thank all of you who have subscribed, who like and share my channel, because that helps all of my videos to circulate out to more and more individuals who are in need of this information, just like you. So thank you. And I also want to thank all of you for your tremendously encouraging, beautiful comments, which enables me to keep going and knowing that I'm making a difference, that this information is valuable to all of you out there. So that assists me into continuing this and knowing, and you encouraged me so much that I never thought I would ever do this. I have finished just recently my very first book, and it has so much essential, what I feel essential, and I believe you will too, general information that hasn't been put out there specifically about true astrology. And I've included that in within my life journey, and explaining it and going through with you in detail all of that information. So my title is My Life Journey and True Ancient Astrology. And I also want to thank all of you who have donated to my channel and who will choose to support by donating monetarily to my channel in the future, because that is also a tremendous help to me. And what those of you, when you choose to do that, and if you're able to, all of the donations from now until I'm able to actually publish my book, it will go into the publishing of this I see, crucial information that must go out to as many as possible, as quickly as possible. So hopefully I can get this published very, very soon for the whole world. And again, my PayPal link, I recently have done that, so that's below this video for all of those interested in that. And all of my astrology videos, the PayPal link will be below. And then all of the general monthly readings for this year, 2022. Okay, so now I want to get quickly into and tell you all of the transits that are going on. They're all essential in case any of you want to take a look at your natal wheel and see how they will, or if any of these will be affecting you this month. Okay, first, I'm taping, today is May 26th, and so if you listen to my May reading, then you would know that there is the first new moon it's close enough to June, will be on May 30th, and that's in Gemini, 9 degrees. And then the full moon will be June 14, and that's going to be in Sagittarius, excuse me, just a minute here, I want to make sure. 23 degrees. Oh, I made a mistake on Leos. So if any of you have listened to Leos, it's not 2 degrees, it's 23 degrees. I don't have my glasses on, so I apologize to Leos if any of you listen to Leo. Okay. So again, it's 23 degrees, Sagittarius, the full moon on the 14th of June. And then we're going to have the second new moon in Cancer, 7 degrees on June 29th. We also have Neptune go retrograde the end of June on the 27th at 25 degrees Pisces. That's retrograde. It will be retrograding. And, oh, I forgot to say this for Leo too. North Node in Taurus will be retrograding on the 12th of June at 22 degrees. Okay. Mercury, finally, most of this month and all the rest of this month of May, it's still retrograde for us now, but it will go direct, and that's Mercury going direct June 3rd at 26 degrees Taurus. And then we have Saturn going retrograde on June 4th in Aquarius, 2 degrees. And then Saturn will be retrograde the rest of June. Pluto still retrograde in Capricorn, 28 degrees, and by the end of June, it will be 27 degrees. Last but not least, Mars, we have a close conjunction with Mars and Jupiter. Very, very beautiful, action-oriented, and expanding the ability to achieve and move forward, action, physically move forward, passionately move forward. And they will both be in Aries, again, close conjunction, for about the first week to week and a half of June. Okay, did it. Okay. Virgo, let's get into your reading, and I'm being called to take one of these cards first. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South nodes of the Moon. And Virgos, again, if this monthly reading isn't right for you, that's all right. You might try your Moon, Rising, or North or South nodes of the Moon as well. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Well, what comes out right away, I heard some of you, again, this is not going to be all of you, some of you are silently, you are in pain, some of you even silently screaming, or you're feeling like you've fallen into this cycle all the way, and you're falling into this pit, this hole. It's okay. Or you've been dragged into this. You know how in the water, when there's a turbulence and I can't remember what that's called, but it starts circulating and it pulls you in, and you're circling until you go. This is what I'm getting. So, and maybe for some of you, you're being pulled into a very uncontrollably and it's negative. It's a negative feeling. It's a negative experience, or it's whatever you're being pulled into, or you're feeling that it's out of your control, and you're going down into what is that called? Just a second here. Like a toilet flushing, when you'd flush a toilet, you're being drug under in that. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling. And so I guess I will stop there, and we'll see what. And this could possibly be for some of you, this could be past. So put that in your situation. This could be something that you've just gone through. Others of you, again, this could be something that you haven't gone through yet. And this is what some of you might be feeling this month. Now, May 26th through the end of June. For some of you. And again, some of you, this has already happened. This is what you've gone through. Okay, so let's get some astrology cards and see what else comes out. What else comes out for Virgo about this? Some energy that's been pulling you under, taking you round and round in a cycle, or a feeling that you can't get out of, a pattern, a belief system. Okay, that one wanted to come out. Let's see what that is. Okay, let me take a look at this for a minute. Maybe some of you, this has to do with a relationship. And it doesn't have to just do with romantic relationship. This is Venus, the card of Venus, but I'm getting this feeling has to do with a loving relationship, or what you thought was a loving relationship, or when, and again, a loving relationship, that could mean family, that could mean friends, that could mean a romantic partner. This is a general reading. Or it started out lovingly, it started out positively, and you feeling loved, and you love them, and you were getting along beautifully, and it was a beautiful relationship. It was very, you were happy. And then it turned into this. So if this is past, I see some of you, because it wasn't right for you anymore, so you learned what you needed to learn, and you already left this relationship, I'm getting, for some of you. Others of you, you might be unfortunately breaking this off for some of you, or you're going to feel, some of you might feel like it's unfortunate. You don't want to do this, but you will be forced to do this because you have to get yourself out of this. And that's the only way you see of doing it. And whatever is right for you is right for you. You are the judge, and you are in control. You really are in control of what needs to be done for you, and it is in your best interest. And so, okay, let's see here. What else? Some of you, it is a marriage, or maybe you've just recently both separated, or you've concluded that. Okay, so let's see what else. Let me give that show you that too. Okay, I just got to, for some of you, her eyes, and I was drawn to her eyes. Some of you, you might, this month, you will be shown the truth, or you will see the truth about a relationship. And again, this is not necessarily negative. I was going to say this is not necessarily negative, but with this card, it's showing me, that you're going to see a truth that you didn't see before. Something will be shown to you. You will see something is going to come to light for you in what you have seen as all completely loving relationship, and a loving, happy relationship between, again, relationships, any relationship, type of relationship. But you're going to see the truth about something where you didn't see it before. And maybe once you see that, for some of you, it's going to put you in this spin, out of control spin, this surprise, you didn't see it coming. And so you had no clue, and it puts you out of sorts again but let's see what else comes out. Let's see what else. What do we want to do? What cards do we want to use? Do we want to go into the tarot right away? No, I'm being pulled to get another one of these cards first. Let's see if we can gain some more insight before we get into the tarot. Whoopsie. Oh. Okay. This is my Language of Light deck. So let's just take a look. Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South nodes of the Moon for Virgo. What else about this? Okay, we're at 22. Okay, let's see what comes up. There we go. Okay. So we have Nourish. Let me take a look for a minute here. And that's number 23, which adds up to be a number 5. And then we have number 3, channeling. Okay, so what I'm getting from the channeling, if this is something that you haven't received and you're going at an insight that as you're listening to this, you haven't seen yet, but you will see, and you won't know that obviously until later on, some point. It's coming from you. This channeling is coming from you. It's your inner guidance. It's your higher self. It's something that you knew intuitively, but you were passing it off. You were not wanting to see that for whatever reason. You were not wanting to see the truth, so you were ignoring it. Well, now it's come. It's time. It's time. And the truth, your soul, the depth of you is forcing this out so that you can consciously see this and must see this, because it's time for a change. It's time for something, because it's whatever this relationship is. And again, this could be in the past and you all have already done this. You're not being nourished. Something in your life, something in your soul is not being nourished. This relationship has run its course, and now you are to move forward from that situation if you weren't able to reconcile, as far as I don't see this person moving forward with you. I'm not saying that's not true for some of you, but the strongest energy that I'm picking up is no. You are going to have to face that truth from your own self. What is now unbearable or will become unbearable for some of you, and that's how you're going to have to, it's bringing it to the fore so you face it, because it's time for you. And here's the world here. There is something new out there, or waiting for you to nourish you. So it could be a blockage that is ready now, and you are ready. Maybe you weren't ready before. That could be it too, is what I'm getting for some of you. You weren't ready. You had other things to learn, and you had other things to experience with this other person before you were ready to move forward on your path in the world, on your personal journey, whatever that is for you. But now, if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen sometime this month, between now, the 26th of May, and the end of June. At least the beginning of this for you, so that you can be awakened to the truth, so that you then can remove that blockage for yourself and move forward in the direction that is best for you, that will nourish your soul, whatever that is. Again, whatever way. Again, this is a general reading, so you put it in your situation, but it's a big deal. And some of you, it's going to, once you do this, it's going to open up your creativity. Or I'm also getting, for some of you, your intuitive abilities are awakening, and this is how you will see this information, because you are ready to now. And some of you also might see it in a sign or synchronicity, I'm getting as well. I'm also getting another message that the person you're dealing with, that this is about, they will, I'm just seeing them saying something to you that triggers something inside you that can't be ignored anymore. Even if it is something that makes you angry or makes you cry and is very hurtful or is very debilitating to you in some way, that's the only way that yourself can bring you to this awareness that you are ready and need to come to at this time in your life right now. So again, I'm seeing like the Tower card, but it's a blessing in disguise, but it's not going to feel like that. So hopefully you viewing this might help you, or you might remember this, hopefully. But it's okay if you don't, because there's an experience in everything. But if you do, then you will be able to move through that quicker, because you will know that, okay, it's a sign for you. There's something positive for you, information for you to gain, and that you must gain now. And so then too, you won't blame that other person, which is the highest and best way to deal with anything like that. Anyone, because when we get triggered, we like to blame others, and that's not knowing any better, we do. And sometimes we blame ourselves. Well, no blaming is ever good. And so being able to see the truth about a trigger in our own selves and to move beyond that as quickly as possible is always the best way to go, of course, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to take that route. So don't feel bad if you don't right away. Hopefully you will at some point if you don't right away. Okay, let's move forward here. Okay, let's Virgos. Let's get into the tarot cards now. I'm also getting, I was drawn to the Nourish card, and looks like the sun to me. The sun, being outdoors, out in the sun and the fresh air. And something to do with the sun. The sun's energy is revitalizing for you, is nourishing for you, specifically at this time. Especially if you're feeling these negative energies. Feeling that screaming and uncontrollable spiral, downward spiral. I just got to, for some of you, that downward spiral is actually necessary, because that's taking you all the way down, if you will allow it to, all the way down to the very bottom and depths of the root of what must be taken care of. I'm getting subconscious program that would have everything to do with South Node, which definitely are programs that we don't know or consciously exist in us, and they are controlling us. And so, yes, that is an absolute. So I would definitely take a look at that, or take a new look if you already have it, have your nodes of the moon, and you know them. Take a new look. But in any case, it's going to take you, if you allow it, to the depths of whatever the root, so that you can pull that root out and expose that, because that's where the blockage is. Because if you just are lopping off leaves, that's not going to, you will cycle, and maybe you need to have go through another experience like this one before. Some of us, we go through many of the same experiences before we are ready and able to actually get to the root, so that we don't have to experience the same thing over and over with different people. That's also what I'm seeing for some of you. Okay. So what else for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South nodes of the Moon for Virgo. Okay. 3 of Wands. There is hope. There is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my gosh. And it's like a tunnel, downward spiral tunnel. There is light. You will find that which needs to be found when you go, and some of you, you must go through into the depths of your negative emotions. That's another message, absolutely, because that is the only way. Going into those emotions that none of us, we don't like to experience that. We don't like to experience these negative experiences that trigger these negative emotions, but it's essential to do that. And for some of you, so that, because it's taking you somewhere essential that you need to go, so that you can come up bright and shining like this flower, so that you can be transformed. You can have some transformation in that area of your life. New awareness, conscious awareness. You won't be blocked anymore. That's beautiful. Okay. And so, those of you that have already experienced this, and that's what you've been working through, well, that is, you get to experience now. You're coming up, and this is what you will experience, the brightness and the light this month in some way. Something's coming towards you. Get to see your transformation. Yes. Yes. Again, 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. It's whether you've already gone through this has made you stronger if you have. But a lot of pain. You had to work through a lot of pain, a lot of experiences, negative. We call negative experiences because it's the negative feelings that it evokes. It's not fun. It's not fun. But those of you already did it. You've worked through that. And that is beautiful. You're at the end of the cycle. And others of you, again, if you're just the beginning, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, you do and must. Each one of us individually must face these shadow, dark, negative sides of ourselves and feelings and experience, and go through experiences, so that we can come out stronger and wiser than we were before. And that's what this is all about. Whether it's already happened, you're in the middle of it, or the beginning of it, or you haven't had this happen yet. This is for your utmost and highest, best, and good for you, your soul, and all that you have to bring to life in this life, if you will. You see Knight of Pentacles, yes. Some of you, this has been a long time coming, and here you will be receiving something tangible. Something is coming for you, showing, depending on how far you are on your journey right now, to give you that badge of what you have endured so far, and thankfulness, gratefulness, and to put a little joy, and showing you that it wasn't done. None of what you had to go through was in vain. No, you will have something from now through the end of June coming to you, something tangible in your environment that you can see, touch, and feel. That is a reward, a blessing for what you've gone through up to this point. All of you, because you're all at different points in your journey. Okay. But what you've dealt with so far, that is fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Yes. And keep going. I just heard keep going. Those of you that haven't completed this yet and aren't expecting this quite yet, the big one, the big completion, transformation of you haven't completed the big transformation for you, keep going. And those of you that have, magic, you have something huge that's coming to you, and it's going to brighten your life. It's going to light you up. And others of you, this is what you have to look forward to. But again, you're not left in complete dryness, lacking, or without any blessings. That's what I'm wanting to say. You will receive a little magic to keep you going forward and showing you that you're in the right direction. Keep going, because you are working through some hard stuff, hard emotional experiences, but it's necessary for the growth of you, and you are developing into something outstandingly awesome that no one else can do but you, by going through and taking the steps, the hard experiences. For those of you that are still in this, or about ready to, it won't go unnoticed. Absolutely not. The world will open up to you. You will have a brand new world, because once each and every one of you are at your complete, the full, whole transformation, and you're into a whole new world. Because we have many times, we have different, you transform throughout your life, little different parts. And then when you do the big, what I consider the transformation of all transformations, and that's through astrology and working through your south node of the moon. Whoa, that's the big one. And those of you that have already done that, or you are in that process, wow, you just wait. The world, it's going to, seem like it's turtles taking a long time, because it does. It's a step-by-step process, but you keep going. You will be so thankful, because the transformation that you will complete is something that is beyond our imaginations of how outstandingly awesome it is. And what it does, not just for us, not just for you personally, and not just for your familial lineage, how much it helps your familial lineage, but how much, what's that word? Just a minute here. Well, I can't remember the word right now. But how essential it is, not just to the world and humanity right now, which, wow, it is very big for that too, but it's also more than you can imagine going out exponentially, putting this positive energy, this transformational energy exponentially out into the whole universe. That's how huge completing, those of you that choose to complete and work through your south nodes of the moon. It's huge. And this is what I'm seeing right now, Virgos. You have either done, you're in the process of, or you have the opportunity to begin. It's invaluable work. Wow. That is so amazing. And any of you who don't know what your nodes of the moon are, you don't even have, if you don't have your natal wheel, or you have your natal wheel and you don't know what your nodes are, and you'd like me to take a look, you'd like me to send you a written copy of your nodes of the moon, I would be happy to. Send me an email or tell you what your nodes of the moon are. I would be happy to, so that you can look at a video. I have many video recordings. The nodes are 2 parts. You have your house placement part, which is in the playlist. I have created one playlist for that. And then the second playlist is for the zodiac signs of the nodes, the moon. And you can look through and see if I have already done any of yours. If I haven't, let me know. I will do one, because also listening to it from another one speaking it to you is one way of ingesting that, so that gets into your frontal lobe, your conscious part of your brain, and gets it out of your subconscious. And then a different way is by reading it yourself, especially out loud. If you read it to yourself out loud, that is then another way that it gets into your conscious awareness, out of that subconscious. And then if you do both many times, then you are increasing the quickness of you getting that into your conscious awareness, and it's staying and it's solidifying even quicker. That's why I do both the videos reading and then offer me written copies for you. So, and this is with any of my video readings that I've ever done. That's why I do it. It works the same way with the subconscious or the conscious, the 2 different ways of getting it into our conscious memory, so it gets in there even quicker and solidifies quicker. Okay. So that's really big. This is deep Virgo for you reading. Let me see where we're at. And okay, so I'm going to conclude the reading now. So any questions and comments, I always love to hear from you. And if you'd like me to do an written intuitive reading for you, or a tarot reading, astrological tarot reading, just let me know. Send me an email and I would be happy to. Okay, until next time, Virgos.